I'm ready.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining
Mhm.
us on New Jersey Wedding Podcast, your podcast for planning your wedding, especially here in the great state of New Jersey. And we are we are your hosts, Andrea Pertel and Celia Milton. We are both professional wedding officiants for many, many years here in the state of New Jersey. And thank you guys for joining us. Celia and I were just talking about personalizing your wedding ceremony and your wedding reception. And we were talking about different ways of doing that. Of course, one way is with your ceremony wording when we make your ceremony
Absolutely.
for you. And it doesn't always have to be a big long story about how you met and stuff. Some people just want to sprinkle a little something
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I have one coming up. It's going to be at Porta in Asbury Park, and um, the bride's favorite book is Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic, and she
Oh, neat.
loves this saying: "Always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Add pepper to your mashed potatoes. Plant roses and lavender for luck." And fall in love whenever you can. And she says to me, I want to work that wording into the ceremony.
I like it.
She goes, but I'm also going to personalize because it means a lot to her. She's giving packets of lavender and these
Nice.
little rose plants to the guests, and they're going to be on the table, and the guests take them as gifts when they leave. So I weaved it into their ceremony, and did mention it's from her favorite book and her favorite saying, and everybody will see the connection then too on their when they go to
I like
dinner,
it.
and they see that. And I talked, magic, love is magic, and how really the magic of love is in the everyday simple things, like the little routines you make, like adding
Mm,
pepper to your mashed potatoes or throwing salt over your shoulder, the connection there, which personalized it without talking about, so they met on this day and this happened
yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you can personalize it in these simple ways and sprinkle it in the ceremony and then throughout your other parts of the
Yeah.
day.
Well, I think too, sometimes with ceremonies, I've had a few people recently that, their concept of being personalized is not have to say stuff that they don't want to say.
Right,
Oh,
right.
it's so for
Yeah.
some people, it's, we don't want to have this like a traditional wedding vow because like no, nobody's gonna promise to obey anybody else at this point in time. It's
No,
like, God, really, it's like we just
not
don't.
happening anymore.
No, it's not happening. Probably never happened to begin with. But about signature drinks and like, people naming their drinks after actually the most popular one I think is naming your drinks after your animals, after your
Your
dogs, your
pets.
cats, your
Yeah.
pets. But I had a groom a couple months ago. I think it was at the Madison, and one of their signature drinks, his drink was his dad's favorite drink, and so we called it like Ron's Manhattan, and
Mhm.
it's
I
just like
like that.
it was really a nice nod to his dad
Mhm.
without being, like a blatant memorial. I think that's kind of nice. And yeah, and your cats and dogs. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. What a beautiful way to give a nod to his late father, making a signature drink
Yeah.
after him. I really like that idea, much more than like, the whole memorial pictures and stuff, although
I
those are
know.
beautiful too. I don't want to take away from that, whatever is good for you. But I think that's a really beautiful nod
Uh,
to it. And also because I know, I you and I are both dog lovers, and
oh yeah,
to come up with a signature drink and name it after your dog, right?
absolutely. A poodle teeny. There we go.
Yeah, yes, yes.
People even, things as little as the not as little, but is, kind of taken for granted is the music that you use to come down the aisle. You don't have to come down to traditional music. I had people come down the aisle to some crazy like headbanging rock music a couple months ago, and it was a little bit weird, but it was like totally them, and it's actually
It's a
introduce
reflection
them
of
into
you
the
as a couple.
it
Yeah.
totally, like, why not? What the heck? You just do
Yeah.
it. I mean, like, work with your DJs. Your DJs love finding things for you that are unusual. Talk
Ah,
to your
yes.
DJs, tell them what you want, and they'll find, and it's such it's such a great way to start the day with, like, whoa, this might be different. It's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it
I
is.
love the fun and the different. I'm going to have the pleasure to do a wedding, and the traditional wedding readings, they're beautiful and I do love them.
Mm.
But this one's going to be a little twist. Her favorite, the bride's favorite movie of all time is The Wedding Singer, and she
Oh my
loves
gosh,
the
so
song
funny.
I Want to Grow Old with You that he
Mhm.
sings, Adam Sandler. And
Yeah.
in fact, her fiance, he used that song to propose to her. So I am reading it as if it's a reading, in their ceremony. And
Excellent.
it's really funny. It's a lovely song, sweet
I love
song, but
it.
it's really funny too. So that's going to be fun. People are going to laugh. That's fun. And that's a little sprinkle of personalization there.
Oh, it sets a totally different tone to the day.
Hmm.
And I've had people come down to Beyonce. I've had people come down to all kinds of like unusual things. And I can tell you that the mood in that room changes immediately when
Yeah.
that music comes on. And then we wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about the end, having the cookie tables. This is a
Oh,
Pittsburgh thing.
yes.
It's like, and if you go on Pinterest, these cookie tables, they've become like cookie charcuterie. It's like with patterns and risers and traditionally like the family makes the cookies. And now there's companies that will come and construct this entire cookie table. It's like insane. And with the little like remember like when we were kids, those little like wax paper bags that the
Yeah.
sandwiches came in.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
like
Yes.
that's
Yes.
a
You get,
big
get the
basket of
bag out
those,
and
and
it needs
you
to
put you,
go. Yeah.
you put your cookies, and that's your favorite. And I just like I love that. I saw that.
Yep.
I was at Rock Island, I think, and the family was from Pennsylvania, and they brought these like giant Tupperware things of cookies. I'm like, this is like the best thing ever. It's like so cool. I
Oh,
love
I love that. I love that. Another great way to personalize it with the Pittsburgh cookie
I
table,
love
right?
it. I love the
Uh,
all across the country cookie table. I love it.
yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Well, nobody
Um,
wants a shot glass with your wedding date on it, okay? Let's just put that like
no,
right out
no, they
there.
want the cookies.
They want a cookie instead. We've had a lot of unusual, really lovely ways to remember people. We were talking about that before, but I had a couple last weekend that she wore her grandma's pearls. She twisted them around and made like a like a bracelet out of them. So they were like three rings of pearls when they made it shorter. Her sister had worn those pearls to her wedding too.
Oh, what a
And
great
we mentioned that.
tradition and
Yeah.
family heirloom.
Love it, love it. And the groom wore his grandfather's cufflinks. And I think it's just to mention that in the ceremony, it really kind of brings home the idea that this is not like it's not like a I mean, it is a singular event, but it's not a it's a point on the continuum of the family histories coming together. And I think that's just so lovely. I really do.
Yeah, like the family tree. And we've
I
added a
know.
new branch to this family tree, this couple. And yeah, I love it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we are talking to, speaking of personalization,
Uh-huh.
um, an easy way to do that is to not use the china that maybe comes with your venue. Not that it's bad or anything, but it's probably going to be like white. And we have this fabulous rental company. We have Spoon and Salt, and they rent stuff. They rent pretty stuff, not just for weddings, for all kinds of backyard parties and things like that. But I discovered them at a wedding a showcase at the Old Mill Inn a few months ago. And that weekend I had been at two weddings that they had, in banquet halls, beautiful banquet halls, but they had both rented giant water goblets in like colored depression glass. And when I walked into that room, I'm like, wow, this is
I
gorgeous. And it
Yeah,
was
it
something
goes right to
little.
the beauty of that table, right?
Yep, absolutely. So she's gonna talk about their service, which I think is so inventive, woman-owned business, which we love, and
Mhm.
it's going to be really interesting. And as I think we decided during the during the conversation with her. We both want to have parties and we want them to just bring everything and take it away afterwards.
It does make me want to have a party. Their
Right? I
rental
know.
looks are so beautiful. So the name of the
Oh
company
God.
is Spoon and Salt, and
Yes.
they are a luxury tabletop rental company,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And it is, I mean, it's beautiful. Their website is absolutely
Their
beautiful.
website really demystifies
Easy too.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I like that. Bring that for 16 people. I love it. I absolutely love the concept.
Yeah. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy this interview
Yeah.
with Courtney from Spoon and Salt.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Thanks for joining us.
You're engaged. That is just great. But right after that excitement, stress can sneak in like a surprise RSVP. Traditional weddings are beautiful, but they can also be expensive and complicated and frankly a little overwhelming. What if your wedding could be everything you dream of, minus the drama? At NJ Vows Now, we believe your special day should reflect your unique love story, not some outdated list of rules. You can have all the wedding and none of the stress. We have sweet little parks and pretty gardens from the Hudson River to the Jersey Shore to the lush forests of the North and the West. We'll connect you with a curated network of amazing vendors who will understand your vision and respect your budget. We're all passionate, professional, dedicated to making your wedding a relaxed, unforgettable experience. Yes, you still need a license, but we can help you with that too. It's fast, it's easy, and you can still throw a big party later if you want. Doesn't that sound great? Of course it does. So just ditch the drama, vow to be different, and reach out to us at njvowsnow.com. We will have the confetti cannons ready. Good morning, everybody. We have such a fun company to talk to today. We are talking to Courtney Murray from Spoon and Salt, and they are I'm just like so excited about this company. They rent tablescapes, basically. If you're having a party, if you're having a wedding, of course, holidays, or even just, you're having five of your friends over, they have the most gorgeous tableware and linens and glassware, and you can have it come there and leave. That's the best part about it. You
Well,
rinse it,
like
you put
I say, we clean
Oh,
up
really?
too.
I know.
Yeah.
Just that by. It's gone now. But it's I find it really kind of amazing when you look at their site how beautiful everything is and it's so easy. So Courtney, tell us how does this work? We're having a party and we want something pretty. What do we do?
Sure. Well, first, thank you for the introduction. Excited to speak with you today. So we are a luxury tabletop rental service, and we like to work with our customers in different ways. Of course, when it comes to weddings, whether it be larger weddings, micro weddings, showers, rehearsal dinners, we can customize something specific for you. And a lot of people also, in addition to weddings, ask for tableware for their special events in the home. We've
Mhm.
done a lot of birthday parties, holidays. We have a lot of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah looks coming up.
Right.
So we really try to customize whatever works for you, whatever your occasion is. And we do work in two different ways. So we have custom looks. That's how we started. That's kind of our bread and butter, where we work with hundreds of vendors to really curate something different, looks that you not necessarily can find anywhere else. We want,
Mhm.
your Pinterest board to come to life in a way that you want it to.
Yeah.
And then also for larger events, people often want to just get some extra touches. We call them event extras, where they might use the white plates from the venue, but they want something different and special, add some color. So we do have some one-off items as well to help bring your event to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, that's
Personalizing and customizing the details of your event are so popular now and very, so you might use the venue's plates, but then we want to customize it with some of your items to bring it to life more.
it really it's I think when I spoke to you, Courtney, we were talking about this. I had been to two weddings in one weekend and they had rented depression style glassware in colors. And when you walked into that room, you didn't know kind of why it was so different and beautiful, but that was why, because they had these big, beautiful, gorgeous colored goblets that picked up the flower colors and the tablecloth colors. It doesn't, it doesn't take a lot to really, to really elevate that tablescape to like, wow, and I think, and maybe you find this too, because you obviously where you go more than I do, but a lot of the places that we're working in are rustic, they're barns, they're interesting spaces, and doesn't it make like total sense to have a really interesting tablescape in a place like that?
Yes, I mean, certainly we work with all different types of venues. Uh, all these types of additions work well. And as you said, rustic environments, sometimes the room is just very monochromatic and you need
Hmm.
to really punch up the table. And that's a great way of doing it for not a huge cost. But as you said, colored glassware is really popular. We offer glassware in various colors: blue, green, pink, amber. And just that, and maybe having a matching or complementary napkin or runner, which we also offer, just really sets the scene. And also a lot of gold touches. So we get a lot of requests too that, we have a lot of, maybe gold vases and gold candlesticks, and we need
Mm.
flatware. So just certain things like that you might not think about, but it makes a huge difference.
Oh, it absolutely does. So I'm having a party. What do? I call you, and then what happens?
Well, you can call us or you can go directly on our website. Depending if you are going to select one of the looks or you need something custom, we definitely work with you. But you can go on our website at any time. We have about a dozen or so different customized looks where you can virtually put as many guests as you have in your cart and hit go, and that's about it. And we deliver it directly to you. So, and our looks change a little bit seasonally, but we always have a lot of
Mm.
different options. And what we find that we're a little bit different than other companies is you virtually get a kit to your doorstep. So,
Nice.
if you're having an event at home, if you're having an event at a venue, we work with the venue to deliver everything. But let's say you're having a shower at home, and so you can go on our site, say, okay, I love this grand chic vintage look. I want that. Here's my guest count. The good thing about us is we rent them in sets of four. So you don't have to have a huge event
That's
with
great.
you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to be able to use us. You can say I'm having, an intimate uh, something at my house. And so you select what you want, the look you want, and how many people, the date of your event, your address, all that good stuff. And then we connect with you, let you know our date and timing for drop off. We give a window, and we have these custom totes where everything securely fits in. They're even, water resistant. So if we leave them on your doorstep and it rains a little bit, everything's fine. And then you get your totes, you set the table, and then after the event's over, just rinse it off briefly, uh, put them back in the tote, we collect it, and then we wash and sanitize everything and get it ready for the next people. So there's kind of a also nice eco play to it, in that,
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
sort of recycle these looks for people, so they don't have to continue to buy things all the time.
Right.
I want this. I want
Sustainability
this
is
every
really
day.
big.
I want this in my house every day.
I love the way that this is really well thought out,
Oh, it's
Courtney.
beautiful.
The way, so there is the page on your website is the rent the look page.
I'm
Mhm.
looking at it
So,
now.
and they
I
have
want everything.
all these several looks: green with envy, out of the blue, grand chic. So, all aglow. And then you click on that, and it starts with the, how many settings available in sets of four. If you want eight, you could do that, right? And then and you get this whole setup that you see on the picture. It tells you one table runner, four napkins, da da da, and you just hit add to cart, and then there is the picture of your how it's delivered. This is excellent.
Do
What
we
a
have to go
great
into the totes again?
idea.
I
I'm
like the
so
reason
into
that
this. Now I want
I
to have
love
a
it.
dinner party. I need Cecilia come over for a dinner party.
Oh my God.
I want to do this. This is
The reason that
beautiful.
I met you guys at a wedding showcase at the Old Mill Inn. And I looked at those totes. I'm like, I don't know what they're selling. I want it because they're so adorable. And you know what? But see, if you delivered to my house, you would be getting your beautiful stuff back in like a milk crate, and I would keep the tote.
Yeah, that toad is
I'm
cute, right? The toad
It's
is
so
cute, and it's
cute.
the
It's
salt and
so cute.
spoon. Now, Courtney, I mean, this is fabulous. I'm
I
so
love it.
into this. I had no idea that this existed. So how it says serving parts of New Jersey, New York, and PA. How far what parts of New Jersey do you
We
rent
virtually
to?
cover all of New Jersey.
Oh,
And
okay.
because we are based in New Jersey, we do go into New York City, we go into Eastern Pennsylvania. So we have a
Nice.
fairly
Nice.
wide delivery range. When you put your zip code into our website, you can see if we deliver to your area. But I always say we try to accommodate. So if it
Yeah.
doesn't come up, call us and we'll try to make it work.
Oh God, I love the gift card idea too. Would that
Yes.
be like the best present, like the best shower present, like ever? I think that
Yes.
because
Yes.
it makes like I'm looking at this, it's like I could look like I actually know what I'm doing. I could like, whoa, look at that table. Look at everything matches, everything's nice. There isn't like a jelly jar, like because we only had three glasses instead of four. It's like perfect. I love it.
I know. I
Yeah.
wish I knew about this before. My friend she hosted the rehearsal dinner for her just this past summer for her son's wedding. She hosted it in her backyard. And this is the type of thing that you would gift or use
Yeah.
for that. This is I out of it? I never knew that this existed, this
No, you're
ability
not
to
out of
do it
it
like
because
this where they deliver. I think
it
you
didn't
guys are
exist.
the only people I know that do this.
Yeah, it didn't exist before they invented it. That's
I
why you don't know
know.
about it. It's not, but I'm thinking like, wouldn't that be just like the best thing for somebody to give you that like you don't have to worry about matching stuff and like what are we going to put on the table and like what about napkin rings? And I noticed at the bottom too that you've got one that looks like the three cheers looks like more like a grazing, like an appetizer thing, and don't wait up for a dessert party. These are like
Yeah.
very, very cute.
We do have cocktail looks as well for people who, don't necessarily want to do a sit down dinner. And
I
so
love
we
it.
provide, it comes with each of those looks come with a tray that's food safe. So really we want people to open up these totes and have everything available for them. We
It's
do
such a
offer
great idea.
also, we do also offer setup. So people who are, we do a lot of backyard weddings and things like that, and we don't want people to worry, I don't have time to set this up, or I don't want to ask my family to do this. So we do, we'll do everything for you as well and set it
Oh,
up nicely, and you can just, it's all done for you. But I
That is
guess
that's
excellent.
also getting back to the gift cards, it's a really funny story that we had someone contact us and say that they wanted to gift their sister this, who loves to entertain, this service, and that's sort of what
That's a great
sparked
idea.
that. Yeah, and the fact the holidays are coming up, the gift cards are good indefinitely. So, um, yeah, a great
yeah.
holiday idea.
That's
What
a
a great
tremendous present. If you're invited to a family event or something and you don't necessarily want to fly across the country with a pound cake, what a great idea is this? It's like here, you don't have to worry about it. You've got 8 settings of beautiful stuff and a centerpiece and napkins and everything, and here it's going to just arrive. I
I
love it.
love the sustainability aspect of it too. That's very important. I know me and a lot of people I know. First of all, I don't want to buy any more, table settings and stuff. I have no place to keep it. I want to
Yeah,
be a little minimal. And this is the way to go, to
I think
rinse
it's
a
great.
look.
It's
I
great.
don't know about you, but I get bored easily. So I
Uh-huh.
think, oh, I've had these same plates for X amount of years, and I just want
Mhm.
something new. I want something special when I have guests over, and so when you do have a special occasion, this is a great option.
Yeah.
I think it's a tremendous idea. And I love the website is so user friendly. It's so simple to figure out what you do and how you do it and how we're going to proceed. It comes there, this is what you do next. Even like you've got a video on how to pack the tote back up with like the
Yeah.
stuff to go back. It's like it really just it's for clueless people, it's like
I was
me.
going to say their website is very good. Yeah, how
It's
it
great.
works, the delivery and pickup, cleanup crew, all of this, everything, events outside of the home, um, all of this. It's very easy to understand and to look it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's what it's very inspiring too. Because the all the visuals are so pretty. And some of them are formal and some of them are casual and kind of like really white and green and pretty and formal and some of them are just like I love the arabesque. It's like, oh, it's like a colorful backyard. I could see like I could be at this party. It's
Yeah, we used that a lot over the summer at people who
oh, I
had
bet.
outdoor parties, and we really want to make sure we have something for everyone. We try to keep all different types of events and people in mind, and the whole
Mhm.
idea behind it is, and we say this all the time, is we want something to reflect your personality.
I
Yeah.
just think it's exciting. I want everybody to just go to your website and get excited, even if they never thought that they would do this before, because it's so fun. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm
Where do
excited
you
for you guys.
find these beautiful dishes and these? I mean, you guys really have an eye for the design of it. When I look at these table settings and I think just even the napkin rings and stuff are really unique and beautiful. So you have a wonderful eye for design. But how do you come across like these teacup and saucers are beautiful? Where do you find your glasses
So
and
we
stuff?
we go to, of course, we go to a lot of tabletop shows for inspiration.
Mm,
I mean, we honestly have about 100 different vendors we work with because we want
Okay.
it to be different. We don't want someone to say, "Oh, I've seen that before." So the charger versus the plate versus the glassware are likely from all different vendors because we want them to just pair so well nicely. My business partner who couldn't be on the phone today, she has a background in merchandising and has worked with in fashion and things like that, so I give her a lot of credit for
wow.
always coming up with great ideas. But yeah, we put a lot of thought into it to make it something different, not something that you might see from just your average rental company.
Oh, it's amazing. Listen, I have a background in fashion too. I could never put this together. There's no way.
We
There's
also
no
do
way.
a lot. We do a lot of entertaining too. So I think over the years we've thought about things we wish we had, and now it's coming to life.
You
Oh, it's
make the
great.
hostess look good. I could imagine doing
Oh,
this and then
yeah.
people coming over and being like, "Isn't this beautiful, Andrea?" And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you."
Just something, a little something I threw together,
Make it
just
look
like
good.
rummaged through the basement, found these gorgeous blue toll plates. Yeah. I know. No, I think it's great. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited that people are learning about you and that your business is growing and it's just all good. It's always exciting to talk to. Well, it's always exciting to talk to a woman-owned business too,
Mhm.
which
Yes.
I love. I love it. And but I'm glad that we talked about a little bit about, the fact that this is not just for 150 people at your wedding, it's for 8 people in your backyard on a summer afternoon.
Right.
And that's really sweet. And hopefully people that find you for their wedding will continue to have you for their other occasions, their Thanksgivings, their christenings, their everything else. I think it's great.
What a
Love
way
it.
to elevate your micro wedding, your 50
Oh,
people in the
yeah.
backyard with the
Oh,
the
yeah,
twinkle lights
absolutely.
hanging over and the farm table. What a way to elevate it and make it
Totally.
special.
No,
That's
We
that's
really
totally.
love that. I mean, we really love that because it just lets, their creativity and our creativity shine. And, we get really into it. We go down to, okay, well, um, how about these types of flowers? How about this table number or these, place cards? And we like working with people to brainstorm and not just our table set, although we provide the table settings, but really
Mhm.
to work alongside other vendors to make everything look so cohesive and nice.
It's
right.
just great.
Okay.
It's very exciting. And now, of course, as usual, we record this in the morning, and by the time that we're done, all of us are starving. And
Right, because you see the table settings with the food and stuff.
I want a macaron and I want one now. Yep, I do. It's great. So it was so great to have you, and I was so excited to meet you. at the show, and the tabletops that the tablescapes that you had set up at the old mill were beautiful. And and you know what, people were like coming over to these tables, and like they were impressed. It's like, wow, it just makes it into a different space, not to be overly dramatic about it, but
Yeah,
it's
no, it,
it
it sets the vibe, right? It makes you smile. A link to their website, as well as their Instagram site, on our web social media sites. I'm sorry, New Jersey Wedding Podcast social media sites. So all you have to do is click on. You can just click on it, go to their absolutely beautiful website and Instagram site, and then everything you need to know is on their website, and you can contact Courtney and Amy through their website, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it really is pretty. It's very inspiring. It will make you want to have a party like now. So,
No, I
which is
want
not
to. I'm ready to host a party now. I just need to figure out who to invite.
All right, we're on our
and,
way over.
and you need and you need a caterer, okay? Let's just be honest. I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
Courtney, thank you so much, and best wishes to you for the continued success of this inventive and creative and beautiful business. And I hope I get to interact with you, and I hope to see your stuff soon.
Yeah.
Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Courtney
Bye.
from Spoon and Salt. Thank you very much.
Bye bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by New Jersey wedding officiant Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services.
And Celia Milton, owner of NJ Vows Now, also New Jersey wedding officiating services. We're up in North Jersey, and Andrea is down in Central and South Jersey. So together we cover the whole state, don't we?
Yes, yes.